What do you say, everybody? It's Hellbroke Lucy. This is going to be kind of a reintroduction of myself. Got a break from trolls. Y'all ain't been hearing much from me. I ain't been posting a lot on God's screw. I am so damn busy. I mean busy. And I'm working so hard. By the time I get home in the evening, I'm up at 5 in the morning. We get our day done by 2. This old man wore out. I picked a hell of a time in life to take on the hardest, most dangerous occupation in the world. I'm a logger now. We log saw logs. I realized one thing from this job: I'm not suicidal. Everybody that knows me, including doctors, have thought I was suicidal for years because there's nothing I wouldn't do. I mean, nothing. I have literally walked down barrels of guns and with guys pointing them with them cocked. I mean, I'm crazy. But this job is so damn dangerous that I realized one morning last week that every day I go to work, I might not come home. And it's because of all the unpredictable things. You know, you can prepare for 1,000 things. And like today, I got a piece of steel this long off of a cable driven through my wrist, and it's swelling up and hurting like hell. But enough about me. You know, I started doing my thing, me and my cousin, with God's screw. Not as being an outside observer toward religion, but having come from the bowels of the monster. Born into the strictest cult in America, so strict, so Bible-driven, that all other Christians call them crazy, which is obviously what happens when you follow the Bible. The only way that humanity has lasted this long is because Christians follow about 5% of the Bible. If they followed it all, we'd have done annihilated our goddamn self. The Bible's a fucking joke. But I came from the strictest cult there is, and once you baptize, and then you sin intentionally again, that's it. There's no forgiveness, and I got kicked out, and I went out fighting. You know, I didn't go out apathetic. I went out cussing the God and all that shit, so that ended my relationship with my parents 30-some-odd years ago. Well, my sister has been able to maintain a relationship with them, and they're old now. My mom just had breast removal, double mastectomy. My dad's got Alzheimer's, but he comes and goes. He's in and out. He knows enough to know that nothing is going to come before God. Nothing. And so at this late stage of their game, when finances are tough, care for Alzheimer's, it's all being so fucked up by faith. My sister's about ready to pull her hair out. And I feel guilty. You know, I can't get next to them and help. I can't. They would see themselves as eternally damned if they let me around more than 30 minutes every couple of years. And that's religion. And, you know, my parents did it. But I abhor anyone who thinks that a God needs your worship. I don't abhor my parents. I love my parents. But what they chose was an abomination. Now, my dad was indoctrinated into it. If you're a parent and you think that a God needs you to love him more than your child, you're dead wrong. One thing I've been seeing, I have muses on Facebook, usually preachers or stupid politicians. These prayers that Jesus will help you through hard times. There's no Jesus around when I drove that piece of steel through my arm today. No Jesus when I ruptured 2 discs in my back, when my brother died, my sister died. You know, what about all of the starving children? You know, almost 1 billion in the world go to bed hungry. 25,000 a day starve to death. Why do these shitbirds in America think Jesus is going to help them through a flat fucking tire? Why don't they just go get tattooed on their head, "I am so fucking weak that have to lean on a fairy tale to get through the day. Now, I want to branch off to this. Why am I so hard? Why do I have such a bold message, a broadsword, all-inclusive? Because I've pissed off as many fucking atheists as I have Christians. And I think the atheists come after me harder. Well, the atheists don't know anything about religion. All of the Abrahamics are a total lie. Find the morality in that and get back to me. It's a total goddamn lie. Christianity alone has murdered 800 million since 315 CE, and that was up until the end of the Vietnam War. We've way past 1 billion now. Republican politicians murder 45,000 Americans every year through restricting health care. A friend of mine, meaning well, shared me an article today, gave me an article about condemning atheists like me, calling religious people stupid. Well, the more devoutly religious you are truly fucking stupid. Here, I'm an evolutionist. We got here by evolution. I don't give one rat shit what your belief says. Your belief is immaterial. Your belief, preachers, congressmen, your belief don't make a fuck. All your belief is doing is screwing up the planet today, education system today, our finances today. Nobody can make good money today because the churches are in bed with the worst politicians in the world on the right wing of America. But yet there's people who want to have a discussion with Christians. They want to be kind to murderers. Now, the left wing, the far left, are almost they're so near to being out of the religion. You know, they do good things. You got a lot of churches out here that are supporting gay marriage. Well, sorry, you're not Christian anymore. You might be calling yourself that, but you don't know the damn Bible, and you're not a Christian anymore. Your preacher's not a Christian. Gay is a sin according to that lie. Of course, there is no sin. The Bible took homosexuality, which is natural, and condemned the word. But if you're going to a church that marries gay people, sorry, you're not a Christian. And it's these good people in the church that believe in science, but cannot make that break, can't make that cognitive break that with no Genesis, there was no Jesus. And it's the intrinsic fear of death in people. Well, I never push atheism on anybody. There are some of us who are born without fear of death. And, you know, I walked through, I had a little fear, natural fear of death, and it took me about a year to get through it. Now there's nothing to fear. Once you lose that, then you own the world. You're your own person. When you fear nothing, it's the only way to be free. Well, the Bible's all about fear. Christianity murders the mind, murders the body, murders. How do you talk nice to people who voted enough politicians in to get a SCOTUS that made it legal to discriminate against gay people in this one life that they get? You can't be nice to that. Here, let me tell you. You need to learn evolution. Any of you atheists condemning hardcore, brutal my atheism has nothing to do. If I had one thing to do different, I would never have claimed I'm an atheist. I don't know what I'd have claimed. I could have come up with something different, because once you throw atheism in, there's a bias that goes against it. People in pure fucking stupidity think you believe in Satan. There ain't no Satan either. Study evolution. Many, many, many millions and hundreds of millions of people are bad, dudes. They're bad. You're not going to convert them. Anybody that thinks you can convert a faithful sheep hasn't debated a faithful sheep long enough. I've never converted one unless it's face to face. The only ones I've converted on Facebook were ones who were already skeptical, riding the fence, on that razor's edge. Which way do I go? Which way do I go? And I get an inbox. And then when someone asks me an intelligent question, I'm a teacher. You know, there ain't none of this bold shit. I target the fucking stupid part of the nation that has ruined us. Because being nice don't work, and I'll tell you why. I've told this story before. I went to work for this small company, had a Baptist preacher that owned the company, and he'd screwed everybody left and right and made him about $4 million. He had 10 employees working for him besides me. There was one that was mentally not all there. Roger, my friend. Roger was the hardest worker there. He wasn't right. He would steal everything, but I'd just say, Roger, go put it back, and Roger would put it back. When I got there, the owner of the company bullied this guy, called him names, the Christian names, without no curse words, just bad names. And this guy could tell the filthiest, rottenest joke you ever heard, and never use a cuss word, but he was a Baptist preacher. And He-Man type, pumped iron and shit. Well, he didn't pump enough iron to deal with me. I told him, I said, you're done bullying Roger. That's it. And I went and told all the other 10 guys, I said, you're done bullying Roger. Roger's my friend. You bully Roger, you're bullying me. And with my fellow employees, I try to educate them. Roger's your friend. Treat him like a child. If he steals your stuff, just go ask for it. It was something in his mind. I didn't try to reason with the boss. He was bad. I just told him, you ain't doing it no more. For 4 years, he didn't call Roger no more names. Didn't push him to exhaustion no more. Didn't fuck with him no more. But I had to be gone on a trip for 2 weeks. And I come back, and them 10 employees that I had told they wasn't bullying Roger had gone back to their wicked, evil ways. You can't change bad people. You can only be there to stop it. When I walk in a bar or some shit like that, bullying stops. When I'm hammering the shit out of a stupid motherfucker, he stops right now, verbally or otherwise. For the bad side of evolution, there ain't no conversation. There ain't one. The point of exposing these rotten, wretched, totally bad people. Oh, they might raise their kids good. They do it for selfish reasons. It makes them feel good inside. The only thing good these motherfuckers do is something makes them feel good inside. They don't do any good other than what makes them feel good. They're bad people. By exposing the horror and the crime of sin boldly, without reservation or apology, you wake up the skeptic. And we got enough skeptics, we got enough good people to outvote the rotten sons of bitches. I don't want to convert them. We're products of evolution. There ain't no heaven, there ain't no hell. We're all going to die, and that's it. We're dead. They aren't entitled to get a I love you for fucking up people's lives, reading the threats, Second Amendment threats on gay people, laughter, excuse me, laughing at people dying with AIDS, restricting people's right, needing Jesus to get through a goddamn traffic jam, never giving a shit about the starving kids over there when we got $1,000 trillion locked up top, when the Protestant church and the Catholic church can eradicate all hunger. You fuckers that think a peace sign and a flower's going to get this done are out of your mind. Waking up the skeptic and letting him know it's him, is cool now to get down with this shit and get bold. That's how religion ends. Become an evolutionist. Half of the population don't have compassion and empathy, and you're never going to teach them a goddamn thing. Just slightly less than half, 48%, which is why we can win. That's no apology for what I do. I will expose that filthy, rotten, murdering, raping, child abusing, planet destroying, greedy lie boldly, without regret. We clear now. Hellbroke Lucy, your friend.